Yo, what's good? It's me, Lee, and I wanted to talk to you guys. Well, not really talk to you guys about this. I'm just going to let this short. But if you have known me before, if you have been with my channel for a long time, you would know that I had did a few videos about Sky, a binge round love story, and stuff like that. I haven't really wrote that story. Just letting you guys know, I was reading from someone else's story on Quotive, because I don't know, I feel like I should have done that because I was being a little kid and I really liked reading out loud to people. And so I don't know if you guys know this now or if you guys already know this, but she had deleted her story, or she got deleted or disabled from the site Quotive herself, and the book is not there anymore. I was, when I found out, I was pretty devastated because I couldn't really make any videos anymore. So, after a while, I decided to, you know what, why don't I just make another one, except this time with Jeff the Killer. And I figured out that this book had a sequel, and the sequel became a eyeless Jack love story. I don't know, so I'm just gonna, since it has two books and it's a series, I guess I will read it out loud to you today. Um, I don't know if you guys would want me to keep doing it, so feedback would be nice so that I know that I should continue on doing this. I'm gonna be pretty upset that if I had to re-record this, if my microphone messes up, because it messes up a lot, and it only messes up when I move my laptop around too much, or I don't know, stuff happens. So please bear with me. If I read a little bit too fast, it's either because I'm nervous, or sometimes I forget that I'm reading to other people and I end up talking a bit too quickly because I am a fast speaker sometimes, and I just ramble on and on and on, like I am doing right now for the past, I don't know, 2 minutes. Anyways, so this book is called, I'm going to tell you about it before I read it out loud because sometimes people don't really like it. I have not read this story before. I actually started reading, I was like 2 chapters into the sequel before I realized I was reading a sequel and not the first book. So I was like, oh crap, okay, now this makes sense because I didn't really understand anything that was happening. So I went back and I decided, hey, let's read the first book out to you guys. While I also don't know what's gonna happen next either. So we're all in this together. Alright, so the book is called Killer Protector, Jeff the Killer Love Story. It is by Eternal Laughter on Wattpad. It's an 82-part story, which is pretty a lot. 4.8 million reads, 109,000 votes. I don't know what ranking this is in, but the description says Elizabeth always knew that she was a special short. Her family and friends also knew too. She's a top outcast at school and feels like a weirdo wherever she goes, even in her own room. But what happens when she encounters a man known to the world not just by what he does, but what he is? Jeff the Killer. She never thought he was real, only stories told at school to freak people out. And now that he's came into her life, she'll discover why she's so special. But he's not the only killer around. That's why Jeff will have to go into ground he's never walked on. He'll be her protector. So it also says he's first place in the Jeff the Killer, and she put on the disclaimer and whatnot. I don't have no idea if there's gonna be other creepypastas in this, but it depending on how much people like this, I'm pretty sure this is pretty good, and I really want to read it. I can't really wait. I'm not a huge fan of Jeff the Killer. I'm more of a fan of Ben and Lost Silver, and maybe Tiki Toby, and Eyeless Jack, but yeah, I think I can have tons of favorite. But Jeff the Killer, I used to be a huge fan of his, and well, I wouldn't say fan. I just liked his story a lot until I discovered other creepypastas, and I was like, oh wow, there's more of you. Shoot, and then most of the ones that are associated with video games, I tended to like more because I could relate to it. Like Being Drowned came from The Legend of Zelda, and I really love that game. With Lost Silver, I love Pokemon, like, etc. So, I will begin reading chapter 1 now, and if you guys like the chapters, please, tell me. And good, I'm starting at 5 minutes in the thing. Okay. Alright. This is the person's first fanfic too, so if it's bad to you, don't blame them. It was your first fanfic. Anyways, chapter 1. And this chapter has 3.8 thousand votes, which is also good. Chapter 1. Another day of school, another day of feeling like a freak, another day of wishing I wasn't like this, another day of eyes staring at me like a parasite. Just another day, nothing new. My name is Elizabeth Umber. I'm a junior in high school, but sometimes I feel like a freshman who doesn't know the ropes of surviving in the prison of teens with too many raging hormones. Sometimes it's not all that bad. I mean, barely anyone talks to me. Only my friends, which aren't as much as one usually has. My two friends, Adi and Johanna. Three, if you count this one guy in algebra. Everyone at my school says it's pretty lame to have only 2 or 3 friends. In all honesty, I don't care. They're enough for me to actually be happy at school. I'm a straight A student, meaning I get called a nerd a lot, but I've learned to just say thank you, because when they call you a nerd, it just means they're saying that you're smarter than they'll ever be. Who knows? Maybe I'll become the next Bill Gates, and they'll become the next guys who will work for Bill Gates. It brings it brings joy to me when I think about that. Devious joy. Nerd isn't the only thing I'm called. I'm called a freak, lame wag, weirdo, reject, loser, even a bitch at some point. But they don't really notice me. I'm like a weird, derpy ghost that hangs around, but people just walk past me and go on with their lives. But I'd rather be a ghost than a freak. All the popular kids at my school are all fakes. The girls are everything fake. Fake hair, fake lips, fake body, fake boobs. The guys are no better. They act like something different just to fit into this society. In reality, they don't have to do that. They're all insecure to be themselves. I mean, I am too, but at least I take a little pride in it. But enough about that kind of stuff. It makes me rich whenever I think or talk about it. All you need to know is that I'm a freak from below. I feel like this everywhere I go. I can't even stop the feeling at home. My parents get worried because I'm not as social as I used to be. Well, they're right. I don't like to talk with many people, and I'm just awkward all around. I panic sometimes, which worries my mom and dad even more, but sometimes I get the feeling like I'm not even human. As I've grown and developed my senses, I've come to think that there's something wrong with me. Not mentally or physically. I just feel like I'm not just a teenage girl. I'm something more. I just don't know what. Ellie! My mother calls from downstairs. We're leaving now. Hurry or you'll be late for school. I sigh and slip on my jacket and messenger bag. I go downstairs and see my mom waiting for me at the door. She gives me a smile and I smile in return, but really I just want to frown and die. I'm not suicidal, I just really, really, really hate school. I only like learning and talking with my friends. That's it. We started walking to my mom's car, saying goodbye to my dad as he waited at the front door. After a couple of minutes of driving, we were at my school. I got out of the car and walked in through the front doors. Some kids stare at me like a circus clown, not out of amusement, out of disgust and prejudice. Yeah, nothing new at all. I head to my first class, writing. I like that class. I like learning and expanding my vocabulary more. I actually appreciate my words, unlike some who don't even use proper language. Mostly slang. I use slang sometimes, but it just doesn't feel natural. Whenever I do talk like that, my tongue feels weird and my brain thinks it's churned from the effort. So I usually speak big words that not many people understand. My friends do, though. Because they've gotten used to it, and so have my parents. They even talk like that at home to make me feel more comfortable. I think that's pretty impressive, if you ask me. I walk in, and the first thing I'm greeted with is laughter. I sigh and take my seat at my desk, at the very corner in the back of the room, away from the fakes and just people I don't feel like talking to. I sit back here to avoid as little interaction as possible. Remember, I'm seriously awkward and tend to panic at moments. My parents say it might potentially become a phobia at the rate I'm going. That's not very good, so I just avoid as much as I can. The teacher is a bit troubled because I don't sit at the front. He says since I'm a straight A student, I should be up at the front, listening to lessons better than straining to hear from the back. But I just refuse to reply. Leave the front seats open for the kids who really need the knowledge. He nods and understands what I'm saying. Literally, most of the kids here need it. Like, bad. I relax on my seat occasionally, hearing snickers from a couple of girls. I don't like them. Seriously, get on my nerves. I'd actually be willing to ruin my reputation as a good student just to see their pretty little faces smacked into a wall. Yeah, they're that bad. But I don't do a thing to any of them. I mean, that wouldn't make me any better of a person than them. I sigh and then take take the whispered insults between them. If they had the guts, then they would say them straight to my face. But they're just looks. All bark, no bite. They may even look better than me, but really I'm the better one. Not to be ignorant about it, but it's true. But I'll let them have their fun. For now. Victim's point of view. The night before. As I ran through the dim, empty streets, I wondered to myself, will I die tonight? That thought sickened to me, so I pushed it aside and ran. Before this all happened, I was just taking a stroll in the local park to get some time away from the wife and kids. Now, what has this night come to? Terror. Immense terror. I can't believe this is happening to me. He came out of nowhere. He just came out. I didn't see him coming. He just showed up, and now he's acting. He longs for my blood. He ain't no vampire. He wants my blood. He just wants it splattered all over that sick face of his. I can't get the image out of my mind. That cruel, disturbing face haunts me. I kept running, hoping, praying that someone will come and save me. That someone will stop him. Anything, please. My breath was coming short. I'd have to stop soon, but then I'll die. He'll catch me and kill me. I must keep running. I saw a house up ahead. If I'm quick enough, maybe I can run in without him noticing where I'm going. It's a long shot, but I'll take the risk. Anything to get away. I knock on the door. Maybe someone lives here. And so then they can help me. I knocked about a dozen times for no answer. I was stricken with some grief until I heard him near the front yard. Ah, screw it, I thought and went inside anyways. The house had furniture, so no one seems to live here at all. Oh, I looked around quickly and ran into one of the rooms. It was a bedroom. As soon as I went in, I heard the front door open and slam shut. I panicked and ran into the closet and shut the door. I hid in there and stayed quiet. For what seemed like forever was only seconds. As time passed, I realized he wasn't checking in on this room. I thought maybe he just gave up or he's still searching, but in the wrong places. I took this to my advantage and opened the door a crack. The coast seemed clear. He wasn't anywhere in sight. I saw a window on the other side of the room that didn't seem to be locked. I counted to 3, then made my way over. I got to the window and opened it quietly. Luckily, it didn't make a sound, so I was still in the clear. I opened it wide enough for me to slip out, and I smiled. This is it. I'm home free. I'm off the hook. That bastard won't catch me. Not today. Not tomorrow. Never ever will I see that revolting face again. I placed my foot on the window sill and made my way out when I felt a sharp pain strike my side. I look up and see it's him. He was waiting for me right outside. I just didn't see it. I jumped back inside and tried to close the window, but just as it was about to close, pale white fingers grabbed hold of the bottom and lifted it back up. I gasped and ran out of the room. I went into the kitchen and looked for a weapon, a kitchen knife or something. My side was bleeding from where he stabbed me, and it hurt so much to stand. I looked around. There weren't any knives or nothing. Every kitchen should have a couple of some decent knives. Who the hell used to live here? Jesus! I still searched when I heard a thunk. It was a footstep. I slowly turned around and see him. He stares at me with those cold eyes of his and just stands there. My hair is standing on the end now. What do I do? He had a hand behind his back. He slowly raised that hand. I was terrified now. This what you're looking for, he said in his dark, malevolent voice. In his hands were all the kitchen knives. He started to chuckle as he threw them at me. I ducked in time, and when I looked up, I see that they are planted into the cabinet that was behind me. I stand up and try to won't take one out, but it's stuck in good. I use all my strength for no use. He was near me, walking slowly towards me. I turned around to see him right in front of me. He's too close for comfort. He smiles and takes out his original knife. I go wide-eyed and tremble. I sink to the ground and start to sob. No, please, you don't want to do this. I'm an innocent man. I've got a family to take care of. Spare me, please. He didn't show any remorse whatsoever. He really is cold-hearted. Tried again. Look, if you let me go, I promise not to fulfill. Not even God. Just please let me live. Is this to teach me a lesson? To show me to not take things for granted? To be a better person? If it is this, if it isn't, I'll change. I will. I can change. I was quiet for a few seconds until he chuckled a bit. Then he said, "You're all the same, aren't you? Every one of you sick, vile humans show terror. All you ever do is plead to live. Why can't one of you actually give me a little snack and tell me that they're not afraid to die? Maybe then would I be impressed with your kind. But sadly, I haven't met anyone who is brave enough to do so. But why should I get my hopes up, huh? None of you would do that, even if your life depended on it. Which, ironically, it does. No matter, you'll die anyway. The only difference is I won't be satisfied with this result." He raised his knife in the air and looked at me evilly. I shook my head violently and yelled, "No, please, I only want to live! Let me live!" He chuckled deeply, then abruptly stopped to say something so casual but menacing in his voice. Calmly, testily, he hissed, "Go to sleep!" and plunges the knife into my heart. And that's about it, guys. Please give me some feedback on this chapter if you want more, if you want me to read the next few chapters, how many chapters are in this story anyway. I'll tell you guys, just because of the fun of it. There are, there's 80 chapters and an epilogue. I kind of think, at the end, but I don't think I would read that thing, or maybe I should. I don't know. You guys can read that if I don't know. I don't know. There's 80 chapters. If you honestly want me to read 80 chapters, I will. As long as the story stays up here, it probably will, because this is Wattpad. Quotive is fine, but Wattpad is a lot more better after using it myself a couple of times. So yeah, after 80 chapters and the epilogue as well, I'll do it if you want me to. But I'm not going to just read out the first chapter. I will probably read about 3 chapters and wait for people to comment and give me the feedback that I need, because usually what encouraged me to make this video in the first place was, one, because I really wanted to read it out loud, and also because I read a lot at my school. I read out loud to the class and stuff. And now one of the books has ended, I kind of really feel like the need to read again. Yeah. Anyways, if you want me to read more, please comment down below or wherever the comment sections will be in the future. And please just give me the feedback, like the video, share it as well, and shoot, if you want to, feel like the need, go ahead and subscribe. Oh my gosh, I really love when people subscribe to me. It makes me happier by the minute. No matter how long I've been on this YouTube channel, I have been on here for a very long, not a very, very long time, but a long time for me. And I haven't really been uploading as much as I should have done. And I kind of stopped uploading, reading online and stuff, but now I'm gonna start doing it again if you guys want me to. So it is my thanks to you guys for subscribing to me. And I'm just really grateful. And I might just become a channel for this kind of thing and other things as well. But yeah, thank you.